Everything that I've done this year is the opposite that I've ever done any other year. 2023 has been a year for Alisha. This has been probably the most successful year of my entire life. Welcome back to another If Alisha Was to Have a Solo podcast episode, series, whatever you want to call it. So I started this series a few months ago where I was like, you know what, let's just have little chit chat, big sis advice. My voice is slightly gone from singing Before He Cheats by Carrie Underwood at karaoke the other night, but I am really excited for this video. If you're new, please subscribe. I post videos all the time. Anything self-help related, anything business, goal setting, New Year's resolutions, like that ish is it's just, I love it. I know there's a niche out there, so if you love it too, like this video. I've never really filmed one like this. I've talked about it kind of before on podcast episodes and things, but I'm really excited to dive into this because I feel like I've truly figured out the secret to manifesting and getting the dream life that you want. I feel like a broken record when I say this, but if you didn't know, I've been on YouTube for 15 years. I've been doing this as a job full time, more like 12 years. Every single year, without a doubt, one of my biggest goals was to hit a certain milestone, which usually was the amount of subscribers or followers that I have, or also just how much money I can make in a year. Like those were two goals that were usually always on a New Year's resolution list. Now, again, I've done this job for a very long time. Granted, it's changed over the years, but there is something different that I did this year versus any other year, and it cannot be a coincidence. Also, I need you to listen. Well, actually, there's a lot of stuff I want you to listen to in this video. I truly don't think there's anything wrong with focusing on yourself and self-growth and business and focusing that way. I'm going to contradict a lot of things I've said in the past, and I think that's what makes this video so, dare I say, iconic. There's been things I've said on Pretty Basic about like resolutions and focusing on yourself and manifesting and vision boards and all that stuff. I still believe that. However, again, everything that I've done this year is the opposite that I've ever done any other year. 2023 has been a year for Alisha. This has been probably the most successful year of my entire life. I've had friends, I've had viewers, I've had so many people randomly message me, DM me, text me, and say like, hey, you're on a roll, like you are killing it, keep up the good work, all these amazing compliments. And I'm like, I feel that. Like I feel like I'm on such an interesting high like wave, but at the same time, I truly have not been hustling like I used to other years to the point of burnout. I feel like that's something that was very common in the past. So what I did this year versus any other year was let go, which is the whole irony because everyone says with dreams and goals or manifestation or even dating, like it always happens when you're not looking for it. It's so contradictory to literally any other thing I've ever tried or said or done. And I'm not saying I didn't have really awesome things happen those years because I did, but this year specifically, I feel like I have truly let go of expectations I had for myself, even just the energy of trying to stay relevant. I feel like every other year felt like I was really fighting to prove myself, always trying to outdo myself, to make more followers, to make more money. The moment I actually stopped trying so hard is when started happening. It makes no sense. I don't even know how to rationalize it. I'm just here to say my experience. Last year, I made the most money I ever had made. And I was the most unhappy, the most depressed. My mental health was absolutely a shit show. So earlier this year, I was doing financing and looking at my budget and all of this stuff. And I realized there's absolutely no way I'm going to make anything close to what I did last year, which in the past, I think I would have really seen that as a huge failure. I would have looked down on myself. I would have thought, oh my gosh, you don't even deserve to be doing this job. Who are you? Imposter syndrome. Bad negative self-talk. Also around the same time is when I paused Parallel Apparel, the clothing brand that I had. But I think because I was in such a bad mental state and my mental health was horrible last year, that when these things came up, I was like, you know what? We can't even go down that spiral because we're barely getting out of that and we need to keep things positive. So you know what? Shutting down the clothing brand, you know what? Let's shut that door. It just wasn't meant to be, whether that's right now or ever. So letting go of any of that negativity and just being grateful for what I've learned and realizing that doors open and shut all the time, and they open and shut for you. Like if a door closes, if you don't get a job, if you get turned down or you get rejected or whatever, like that is in your best interest. Like in the grand scheme of things, like that just wasn't the path you were supposed to go down. And I feel like there's so many times we sit there trying to not knock down a freaking door when you're hung up on a guy or hung up on a job that you didn't get. And in reality, it's like, we're just not supposed to go down that door. The second I had that mindset, started happening. Freaking, do we even need to talk about Lana Del Rey? Like,
I'm so glad I got to meet the vloggers who got me through COVID. Remy, Ashton, Ollie, and Alisha Marie. Thank you.
Her saying, Remy, Ollie, and I got her through COVID, especially last year because my mental health was so bad. I was thinking, is this even what I'm supposed to be doing anymore? Like really, really second guessing my purpose here with video creation and content creation. And then the Lana thing happened. Is that a coincidence? I don't know. Also, like, I only even went to that event to be there and support my friends. And I think even that mentality, I could see Alisha in the past thinking, oh, well, I'll only go if I have a deal, or like, you know, like focusing so much on numbers and money. And instead I was like, I have nothing to do. Like, yeah, like I want to be there for Ollie so he could see Lana. I want to be there for Remy so she can see twice. Like, let's just go have fun. Let's not focus on this power game of influencer world where it's like, should you get paid? Should they shout you out? Blah, blah, blah. Like stupid shit. I think it really taught me that happiness is what success should be. Success should be happiness. Success shouldn't be a house. Success shouldn't be anything numbers related or money or salary, and also like you have to be willing to evolve with your goals, evolve as a human, as a creative. I truly believe when you are in that headspace, you are grounded, you are grateful. That is when you can actually plant seeds that will grow like full flowers. Like, and I'm not, yeah, that was a cheesy analogy, but you get what I mean. You have to be so grounded and so in tune with yourself and your soul of what you want to add to this world. And from there, be willing to change your goals. You know, if you wanted to be an actor and it's not happening for you, or you wanted to be a musician and you feel like you keep hitting those closed doors, like it doesn't mean you failed. It just means you're pivoting. It just means you're evolving, and your dreams can also evolve. So when I finally stopped trying so hard, when I stopped trying to crank out as much content as possible, when I stopped, I don't know, doing all the things I felt like I was trying to do in the past to like force something, stuff started happening. One of my biggest goals in my entire life has been to be recognized by Forbes. I was part of their like top creators fashion list, which was seriously insane. I've said it on Pretty Basic. Like one of my biggest goals was actually to be on Forbes 30 under 30. And I was so scared to say that out loud because I was like, well, if I say it, then people are going to know I didn't make it. Like I didn't hit it, because then I'm open to scrutiny of, oh, well, she failed. I was projecting that people would think I'm a failure when in reality, that's just what my subconscious thought of me if I didn't hit that, right? Spoiler alert, I didn't get on the list. I was so sad. That's just how it happens. Like, it's okay. Like letting that go. Randomly the other day, I had a publicist call me and be like, hey, exciting news for you. Like you're going to be on the Forbes list. And I was like, what? I don't care what anyone says. It cannot be a coincidence that when I was so desperate to be on Forbes 30 under 30, I didn't get it. I let that list dictate a lot about me. Obviously that door was closed for me then. And there was another door that ended up being open. The main difference between Alisha then and Alisha now is just mindset, like truly being grateful and gratitude and more grounded. How come the time I didn't try and I was just like chilling, just happy to be here, that's when starts happening. Like what? I've had 2 insane campaigns come to me where they want me like to be the face of it. Honestly, like stuff I would have dreamed of. I don't know how all this stuff is happening. Like I don't get it. But at the same time, it's not a coincidence. Stuff is just happening, and I feel like I'm just allowing it, like letting it, and being willing to just see what doors are open versus trying so hard to knock down the one door that I always did back before. We need to stop comparing ourselves year to year, because when you really think of the grand scale of things, right? Like someone like Taylor Swift, okay, she's performing this year. She's on tour. There's no freaking way she sits back and is like, wow, I made so much more money this year than last year. Like, hello, no. She's obviously on a world tour making a ton of money, and she can't compare a touring year versus a year where she's in the studio writing music, but they both serve very important purposes. Do you know what I mean? Like we need time to sit, get inspired, and re-find ourselves and evolve. We need that so desperately as creatives, as humans, but like as creatives, when it comes to working yourself to the ground, being burnt out. I remember hearing this analogy that made so much sense to me, and I forget where I heard it, but I loved it. It was saying anytime you're putting out content or performing or anything, that's the analogy of you exhaling, right? But you can only exhale so long until you need to take a breath. And that breath is rest. And that breath is staying grounded and being grateful and taking time to reevaluate, is this where I want to put all my energy, money, time, everything into? Another thing that happened earlier this year for me was I was sitting thinking I need to have some goals again. I used to always have an ongoing list of just things I wanted in life. And I was sitting there with my like paper and pen, and I was trying so hard just to think of anything that would like inspire me or thing that would really excite me. I was really struggling. Then I had a moment. I was like, Alisha, like really dig into yourself. If you had a genie and you had 3 wishes, what are things truly like it would come true? And I couldn't think of anything. And what I'm about to say, whether you are a religious, an atheist, could be your universe, it could be your whatever you want it to be. I just want you to hear what I say in this next thing, because I swear again, it's not a coincidence. It is not a coincidence. I personally grew up in a Christian home, so I believe in a God. I pray to a God. So I was sitting there and I was like, you know what? Maybe I should think of this more like prayer requests. Like maybe it'll feel like more it's going to come true. Not like a genie, but damn near like, okay, you got 3 wishes. What do you want? And it will come true. Like what's something you really want? The second I pictured it being more prayer requests, dude, the craziest thing happened. I low-key got chills. All of my priorities and goals were for other people. I thought of dear family friend who has been struggling with cancer and very, very horrible health issues. It was the first thing that came to mind. I was like, that they get better, that they get healed. The next one was like, oh, I felt so much love for my parents and how much that they've given up for me and done to help me in my life. And I was just like, oh, that my parents are blessed and they feel happy. And then the list kept going, and it was so crazy because then I looked back and I realized all of these things that I just wrote down have nothing to do with me. The thought that this will actually happen weirdly made me just want to help other people. And it's so weird because I'm like, again, I had like an out of body experience. I was like, this is weird. I don't know what that means. Other things on that list were personal things. It was like in ways I wanted to grow as a human and a person and as a friend, and it had nothing to do with the Alisha Marie everyone sees online. And I was just like, how the is it the time I write a list that has nothing to do about my work, my achievements, money, anything like that? Then shit happens. Then the Forbes thing happens. Then these campaign shoots happen. Then brand deals started flowing the and I know I'm cussing so much. I'm so sorry. Like, it's not a coincidence. And I'm like, this is so crazy. The 1 year I don't make a vision board. I don't like have Post-its on my mirrors trying to tell me what to say. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. I've done that in the past. But I'm like, what is happening? And I feel like, again, so many people in my life have been like, you're so relevant right now. So many people are looking up to you. Like all these work things are coming in as like secondary, but all of those secondary things that are happening were things I would have dreamed of, were top of my list. It can't be a coincidence. That's the title of this video. It can't be a coincidence. It's so crazy, but I just changed my mindset. Like I changed my mindset instead of what can I take from this world? What can I add? Even with my videos, you know what? Am I getting 20 million views? No, but people who actually care about me and I want to focus on that audience. And oh my God, Alisha even a year ago would have never filmed a video like this because I'm like, oh, it won't do well. But now I see the importance of the quality of viewers versus just virality that means nothing and it's empty. I think in the end, we all do want lasting fulfillment. That's just kind of where my head's been and my mindset. And one little thing I've been doing every single day that I literally challenge you to do. I've been doing it the past like 2 months. And again, is it a coincidence? I don't think so. You can write it down, or I've honestly just been saying them out loud every single day. But no matter what, every single day I say to myself 5 things that I'm grateful for. It has to be something that you truly in your like soul feel thankful for, like you're grateful for. 5 things. That's it. It can be your dog. It could be something silly. It can be anything. Oh, I should do mine today because I haven't done them yet. Oh my God. The first thing I think of is just like, I'm so grateful for the people who I work with who have helped me in so many ways, just have my back. I could not be here doing any of this without them. And I'm so thankful for every single one of them. The one's behind the camera right now. Yeah, the one's over there. Yeah, like speechless. I don't even know what to say. So thankful. Okay, this is so small, but like I've been struggling with a cold all week and I feel like I still feel sick today, but instead of focusing on the negative that way, I'm like, I'm grateful that I can still work, I can still film, like I can still be here and that I'm getting better. Our bodies are crazy. The fact that I can heal myself, like what? So for my health and my body, I'm still overall extremely healthy and other people aren't. And that's something I take for granted and I'm thankful for. I think my growth, the fact that, again, I'm here filming a video that I never would have filmed because before it didn't feel good enough. It's the little things that it doesn't feel big, but I'm like, wow, I'm so thankful that I've been able to grow and I have been able to evolve. I'm thankful for this little nugget right here. I could cry if I think about her. Oh my God. And my mom, because she actually just got here, because she is always coming over to help us out with anything. It's something that I'm very, very thankful for. So I would love if you guys comment below 5 things that you're currently grateful for, big or small. And yeah, I hope you liked this video. I know it's like so more specific to me. To wrap it all up, I really do feel like the second we let go, just see what we can add to the world versus take from it, is when things start happening in your favor. Do whatever you have to do to stay grounded. And I don't know, I'm just excited to see what else happens this year. And I'm excited for the accomplishments, but more than that, I think I'm just more excited for my growth, because that was one of my personal goals, was just to be more confident in myself. And I just want to make 15-year-old Alisha who picked up a camera proud. So grateful that I get to still be here. The amount of times I've said hey guys in intros like over the past years is insane. And thank you for still caring and still listening. So if you haven't subscribed, I would absolutely appreciate it. I will talk to you guys really soon with another video. Okay, I'm emo. Bye.